right along the rail bed, all the way around, with a brown earth color. That way, just if you can see through the ballast at any point, you've got a dirt colored surface there. And now I'm just going to be ballasting this section of track from here to here, the straight section, just to test my hand at it. I actually did test it out on this section of track here, but that was just testing out my homemade ballast hopper and to see how it worked. It actually worked pretty good. So I'm going to use it on this section of track here. And assuming this all gets laid properly, we'll then continue going around the track. I've watched a lot of videos on how to do this. Looks relatively simple enough. Now I will need to go back and add a little bit more right along this edge right here. And a little bit down at the far end too. Brush just to see how much I actually need to put back down on this side, since this does push some of that ballast back over. Now I'll go with my spoon, tapping the spoon. And now I'll go over it with my vacuum cleaner and clean up what might be hanging out in the air. I think that pretty much covers it. So now I'll just use my alcohol and start spraying. And now ready to start laying out my glue. Now that all the ballasting is done, we'll just let it dry for a day or so, and then we'll continue on with putting in the scenery. I've got some buildings on order, I've got some people on order, some cars on order, so we'll be able to start filling things in. Also have to come back and then weather the ballast. I was practicing over here, and this was using the makeup, my wife's old makeup kit, using a couple of different colors and testing out how the weathering went on the ballast, and I'm kind of liking it, so I'll end up applying that to the rest of the ballast all the way around. But I think it's come out well. To weather the tracks, what I'm doing is I'm using 3 colors. This dark one, this cocoa one, and actually this light one here. Surprisingly, I think this light one actually gives it just the right tint. So what I do is I start off just taking this, and I figure this is pretty much like color pastels. I've ordered some color pastels, they'll be in tomorrow, but I'm thinking the This makeup is actually doing a pretty good job. So I'm just coming along, going down the middle of the track first, and trying to give a little bit darker color in the middle of the track. And then I come back over with this slightly lighter shade. And this is where I think the color really starts to pop, is when I put in this color. I'm doing this just more along the outside than the inside. Again, leaving the inside darker because of oil dripping and what have you. And I think that gives us a good weathering look. And then you can see where it's still new. So I'm going to do that all around until I get close to where I laid the ballast. And then tomorrow I'll finish up that ballast.